London.
All right, before that, Glenn's in the studio to chat about saving lives.
Indeed. Thanks, lads. Thanks, Coles. Now, who would think that a sore throat could actually lead to a diagnosis of leukemia? Well, that's what happened to Tiffany.O'Connor, a young singer who was absolutely living out a lifelong dream in New York. Now, the good news is that Tiffany's on the mend, and much of that credit goes to blood donors. I'm joined this morning by Tiffany and also Kathy Boland from the Australian Red Cross Blood Service. Thanks, guys, for coming in this morning. Good to see you both.
Hi.
Tiffany, tell us your story.
Well, as you said, I was living in New York and I'd spent quite a few months there. I was working in a New York cafe, doing 3 to 4 auditions a week.
Literally living the dream.
Yeah, and just moved into my Lower East Side apartment. So, yeah, I was living it up and I had a sore throat that wouldn't go away, and so I got a blood test, and that was the diagnosis of my leukemia. So
did you fly straight home for treatment?
No, I really wanted to, and obviously my family wanted me to as well. But it was just so aggressive, and doctors wanted me to start treatment straight away. Wow.
So you stayed in the US, and what happened then?
Yeah. Well, the type of leukemia I had was AML, which was very aggressive, as I said, and so I had to stay there in the States and have a whole month of treatment. And have the whole treatment.
So literally you have gone from, as you say, living the dream in New York, doing your musical theatre that you love, to having a total change of life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kath, I should imagine that this is a real case in point where a lot of us don't realise how much blood goes to help cancer patients like Tiff.
And it's 30% of our blood, Glenn. 30% of the blood that's collected in Australia goes to cancer patients. Most people think it'll be, you know, if you needed an accident or an emergency. That's only 3%. Yeah. The single greatest use of blood in Australia is cancer patients like Tiffany.
And the reality is that just about all of us know somebody that is suffering with some form of cancer. Tiff, what happened next? What happened after that?
Well, luckily my mother and my sister were able to fly to New York to look after me. So there I had a whole month in hospital of treatment, chemotherapy and lots of bags of blood. And then when I was well enough, I was able to fly home to Australia and finish my treatment, which was 2 bouts of chemotherapy.
Wow. How much blood, Kathy, just back to you on this, how much blood would somebody like Tiffany require in this situation?
Well, for Tiffany's treatment, she would have had a few transfusions, and typically that would mean donated blood, say, from 20 blood donors. And when you think that Tiffany's one cancer patient, but if you multiply the amount of blood that she would have used by all the cancer patients in Australia, you can see why we need new donors all the time. Yeah.
And Tiff, the treatment didn't stop there either, because you required a bone marrow transplant. Yeah, exactly. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, you know, so many people have to wait around waiting for a match.
Long time,
yeah. But luckily I have my brother and my sister. So they went with my brother, and he was a bone marrow donor, and it all went really well. And
and you're here to tell the story, which is, you know, really the best part about it. But I guess, once again, Kath, a lot of blood gets used for life-saving transplants like Tiffany's had.
Absolutely. And for a bone marrow transplant, of course, with Tiffany's bone marrow not producing platelets, she would have been totally reliant on donor platelets. And platelets are an issue for the blood service because they don't survive refrigeration. We can only store them for 5 days, so we need constant donations of platelets so that people like Tiffany can get them when they need them.
OK, and there is a shortage out there at the moment, I know, of A and O type blood particularly, which you can tell us about in a second. What can we do? We've got lots of people watching the morning show this morning. We all want to help. What can we do?
You can call 13 14 95 and make an appointment to donate blood. You can visit the website donateblood.com.au and make an appointment that way. Come into a donor centre, have a look, see what happens. It only takes 10 minutes. You get a cup of tea at the end of it. Staff are all...
You sure do.
Yeah. And a bit of a snack.
Good feed, yeah.
Absolutely, and a biscuit or maybe a hot dog and a milkshake. Here's the big thing, though, that I think is really important in this story. Tiff, you were a blood donor before you became crook.
Yes, and so now I encourage absolutely everyone to do it, because you just don't know the difference you can make to someone like me.
Exactly. You can make a difference to someone like Tiffany. You can make a difference to a loved one in your own family. In fact, it could be you at the end of the day. Do it, folks. This is a really important message. 13 14 95 is the number to call. 13 14 95. Go to your nearest Red Cross blood donor centre or jump on the website donateblood.com.au and make an appointment. It doesn't hurt. It's a really important thing to do, and we should all be doing it. Tiffany and Kath, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Good on you, girls. Laz, Kyles, back over your side.
Thank you.